Have you ever felt like your life is sinking into darkness, no matter how much you pray, how hard you try, or how many times you promise yourself to change? What if I told you it's not just bad luck. It's not coincidence. It's the sin you've learned to live with, the one that silently calls demons into your life. This is the story of Adam Martin, a man who thought demons were myths until he met his own. Chapter 1: The Invisible Seed. Adam was raised in a small, peaceful town. His father was a church deacon, strict, loud, and proud of his perfect family. His mother was gentle but quiet, a woman who prayed in silence and cried where no one could see. Adam grew up afraid of making mistakes. His father's words were law. When Adam was 16, his father slapped him across the face for the first time, not because he'd done something evil, but because he'd questioned him. That night, Adam looked into the mirror and whispered, "I'll never forgive him." He didn't know it then, but those 4 words, spoken in anger, planted a seed. A seed called resentment. Years passed. The house grew colder. Adam grew quieter. He smiled at people, laughed when he needed to, but inside, he was bleeding. His soul began to rot from within. And demons, they don't need invitations written on paper. They follow bitterness, they follow hate, they follow pain that never gets healed. Chapter 2: The Mask of Success. B25. Adam had left home. He built his own business, worked day and night, and swore never to depend on anyone again. He wore success like armor, tailored suits, a luxury car, and an empty heart. He had money, he had fame, but peace? That was long gone. Every night, as he laid in his bed, the silence grew heavier. Sometimes he heard whispers. Faint at first, like a voice calling his name. He'd turn on the lights, nothing. He thought it was stress, but shadows started moving in his apartment. The air turned thick, cold, heavy. His reflection began to twitch when he didn't. Something was watching him, but pride is the loudest liar. He told himself, "I'm fine. I'm in control." That was the second sin, pride, and pride, more than anything, blinds a man to the chains around his neck. Chapter 3: The Fall. It was a stormy night when the truth revealed itself. Adam woke up at 3:03 a.m. The air was freezing. His body couldn't move. He could see the outline of something sitting at the edge of his bed, tall, shadowed, breathing heavily. The room smelled like sulfur and decay. He tried to scream, but the voice that came out wasn't his own. It was deeper, colder, and then it whispered, "You belong to me. Every time you hated, every time you cursed, every time you refused to forgive, you called me." The shadow leaned closer. Adam's heart stopped, and then, darkness. When he woke, the sun was rising. But the house was silent. The mirrors were cracked. The Bible his mother gave him was lying open on the floor, at the verse that said, "Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold." Ephesians 4:26-27. For the first time, Adam understood his anger wasn't just pain, it was a door, and he'd left it wide open. Chapter 4: The Fight for His Soul. Desperate, Adam went to see an old family friend, Pastor Gabriel, a man known for helping people tormented by unseen forces. Gabriel listened quietly, eyes full of sorrow. He said, "Demons don't enter through rituals, Adam. They enter through emotion. When you give your heart to anything other than God. Hate, pride, envy, unforgiveness. These are doors they walk through." Adam broke down. "I can't do this. I've tried to change. I've prayed, but nothing happens." Gabriel replied softly, "You pray for change, but you never let go. You want light, but you still hold hands with darkness." That night, Gabriel began to pray over Adam. The room trembled. The lights flickered. Adam screamed, not from fear, but from something inside trying to hold on. A voice came from his own mouth, harsh, mocking, hateful. It said, "He's mine. He chose me when he refused to forgive." Gabriel shouted back, "No man belongs to you. He's been redeemed already." And with every word of truth, Adam felt something leaving him, something that had clung to him for years. When it was over, the silence in the room was holy, pure. For the first time in 15 years, Adam felt peace. Chapter 5: The Light. Returns. The next morning, sunlight spilled into the room like gold. Adam stood in front of a mirror, no movement, no shadows, just his reflection. He smiled, truly smiled. But freedom isn't just deliverance, it's maintenance. Gabriel told him, demons don't stay where forgiveness lives. Keep your heart clean. Every grudge you hold is an open invitation for them to return. Adam knew what he had to do. He drove back to his hometown. His father was older now, weaker. Sitting on the porch in silence, Adam knelt before him and said the hardest words he'd ever spoken to Dad. "I forgive you." His father's eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry, son." And at that moment, the curse was broken completely. The last door finally closed. Chapter 6. The MESSAG. Years passed. Adam became a speaker, traveling across the world, sharing his story. He would stand before thousands and say, demons don't just appear in horror movies. They live in the shadows of human hearts, fueled by anger, jealousy, and pride. Every unhealed wound is an invitation. Every act of forgiveness is an eviction. People would weep, hearts would soften, lives would change, and he would always end with the same words. The sin that attracts more demons than any other is unforgiveness, because it turns your heart into a home for hate, and hate is the language darkness understands. He'd pause, then smile through tears. Light doesn't chase demons away, it replaces them, but you must let it in. Final message of the greatest war is not fought outside, but within. Your bitterness builds prisons only you can't see, your pride locks the doors, but your forgiveness, your humility, and your repentance are the keys that set you free. So if you feel darkness around you, don't curse it, search for the door you left open, and close it with love.